Hi there, everybody, and welcome to OpenExO Live. So great to be here this afternoon with you, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Today we have Miguel Angel Rojas, who's with us from Spain, and you can see the amazing people who are going to be coming up in the coming weeks. Before we get Miguel on stage with us, in the normal tradition, I just want to share a few words from some of our community members about Miguel. So we start off with this one from Ignacio, and he just says, Miguel is a passionate and innovative team player. He is committed to supporting and pushing a team, always trying to innovate and to develop new approaches. It was a pleasure working with him and having his support and contribution while we worked together to become EXO coaches. Next, we have from Suman Sasmal, Miguel is really a sharp and bright mind. His sense of humor is something I remember. He would often break the silence or monotony by cracking some wise joke. Miguel is actively evangelizing EXO, and I truly enjoy his posts. Good luck and all the best with the live chat. Next, we have from Glenda, Miguel was the advisor for my consultant certification client call, and I enjoyed working with him. I knew from Miguel's response to the opportunity that he had understood my client's pain and had the experience to share different approaches to deal with it. My clients highly praised Miguel, and within a short 30 minutes, felt the knowledge shared was extremely helpful for his situation. And then last up, we have from Vladimir, Miguel Angel was a great support in the AR project that we are carrying out with my client. His knowledge and experience very well delivered in our interactions were very beneficial for the project we worked together on. So, Miguel, great to have you with us this evening for you in Spain. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was unexpected, Kevin. I didn't know that you will have some kind of referrals in your background. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all these words. Yeah. A smile came out.
It's always a pleasure, and it's actually the part of the show I love the most. So, Miguel, before we get going, can you tell everybody who's watching, and actually before Miguel goes, if you have any questions during this live show, please do put those in the chat. We will be looking in the chat to answer those. And you can use the chat to say hi as well. So, Miguel, can you just tell everybody how you're involved in the OpenExO community, learned about EXO? Give us a bit of a background about where you come from.
Well, I'm coming from Spain, and the reason why I became involved with OpenExO was kind of by chance. So I remember 3 years ago, I was in a Francisco Palau workshop related to foundation certification. It was not really the formal certification, but Francisco Palau explained, who was the CIO of OpenExO at that time, in which he explained the different methodology, the framework, and also at the end of the meeting, there was a client who already tested the methodology, and there was also Diego Soroya there. He was making the interview to the company, and at the end of the meeting, I approached to both of them, and it was a very interesting conversation. And the reason why I would love to enjoy it was not because of the marketing that they were doing, but basically because I acknowledged they were like open people. So they didn't know all the answers, but they are willing to build on the foundation of the innovation and OpenExO knowledge that were out there. So they were doers, they were people that are willing to make additional step forward in order to make the world change. And that was really make me gain on board for the OpenExO community.
Okay, that's really awesome, and so many people have a similar story of finding it through other members of the community and other people. So really great to hear that. And I know that our Spanish community is really strong. I know I don't speak Spanish, so this is why this is in English, but I know it is really strong. So if we look at, the situation we're currently in, right? Do you think that COVID-19 is actually the primary cause of a lot of businesses' sort of turmoil that they're experiencing right now?
Yeah, well, when we're talking about COVID-19, I think this is really the excuse that a lot of people make because we haven't done our homework last years. So basically, what I think is that COVID-19 is not really the primary cause of this business upheaval that we are living right now. From business perspective, what COVID-19 has done during the last month has been to accelerate the whole digitalization of the different business models that we have. And also, it has also laid bare some organizational features that company has that are not enabling enough flexibility for the customers or the different business models. So one example of that is that when you ask one person that works in a company, big company, small company, mid-size, it doesn't matter, there's always a lack of clarity about which is the customer value proposition. So which is really the value that they provide to the customer. So if this is not clear, when something like COVID-19 hits your company, you don't know what to do because basically you don't have a strategy. And that's really my second point. This company don't have a North Star. They don't have a strategy, or perhaps if they have a clear strategy, they are lagging on execution. So basically they don't know what to do in order to achieve the strategy that they want to achieve. And this is basically because perhaps the leadership that is in charge of these companies don't have a clear idea about what to do. So we have to help them to go through these quick waters, we can say. So also, when we are talking about the strategy, one of the things that, and I think we will talk more in the upcoming minutes, is that a strategy is not something that is fixed. So you can change the strategy along the way. So, and your strategy is not something that is fixed because you are executing your strategy in a context. And when we are talking about a context, the context is dynamic, it's complex, it changes. So you have to have the ability to recognize the market changes and adapt it based on your strategy. But again, if you don't have a strategy, it doesn't matter if you recognize really market changes because, I mean, you can go everywhere because you don't have a strategy. And last but not least, Go ahead, Kevin.
No. Well, I was going to just say that, in this current sort of context that we're in, which is an anomaly, but we understand it's definitely recessionary. It's a recessionary context. It is slightly different, but maybe I've jumped the gun. But what do you think companies should actually be doing?
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good question. I mean, we are not foretellers here, not you, Kevin, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not me. One of the things that we can do, I think one of the things that we can do is take a look to where companies or which companies really thrived in the last recession. So basically what we see is that if you can, there is a picture that I sent you, Kevin, if you can take a look into it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's the picture. It's a simple picture. So when you take a look at the latest recession, what you discover is that there were winners and there were losers. So there were many losers and there are a few winners. So my question was what these winners did in order to really get ahead of the market. And one thing is, besides cost optimization, cutting costs, what everything is doing, one of the things that they did is that they invested more in innovation. They decided to change their business model somehow. So they modified the customers, they approached the customers in a different way, they modified their financials. So somehow they took advantage of that situation in order to adapt themselves. And as you can see, perhaps in 1 year, they didn't pay off. That's for sure. But when you take a look for 5 or 6 or 7 years in a row, they are leading the pack compared to the others. So basically, my question to the companies, to the different CIOs is, yeah, that's true. You have to cut costs. You have to optimize your current business model, but perhaps your business model has to change. If you want to change the business model, you have to invest more in innovation. That's the only thing that you can do. Test and prove new things.
So if a company has their 5-year strategy, Is that not useful anymore in this current context? Like, what should they really be looking at?
That's a good question. Well, I didn't mean that the strategy is not good by itself. What I mean is that planning is very important, but the plans, the deliverable that you create is not important. In this dynamic contrast in which you don't know really if you are doing something, so you release a new product to the market, and you don't know what is going to be the effect on the market because you don't really have a clear relationship between the cost and the effect. The only thing that you can do is try. And in order to try, you have to plan a lot. You have to experiment a lot. So you have to try new things. So first of all, you have to create your strategy, which can be, something like one sentence. We call here, Kevin, the MTP, as you already know, the Massive Transformation Purpose. So this is going to be our North Star. And you have to do a lot of planning. Indeed, you have to do more planning than before. But what it doesn't work anymore is just, I'm going to be with you, Kevin, in office for 3 months, creating a very thick document, like 200 pages, which is going to be our strategy. And we say, this is not going to change for the 5 years. Because if the context on our market is changing, you should change your strategy somehow. So my question is that, no, strategy is even more important than before. But you have to do more planning. You have to really set different key performance indicator in order to know if your strategy is working. As if not, perhaps you have to change your strategy or even your current business model. That's what I meant, that you have to do. Plans are not important, but planning is, I think, is more important than before. The process of planning is more important than before.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the thing that I think so many businesses struggle with is the rapid pace of change, right? So either they have no strategy, or they just stick to their guns with their current strategy and try and make it work. So with that rapid change and new technologies, what generally are you saying to organizations, to be able to deal with that?
Yeah, I think the most important assets right now in a companies and in the future will be, and it was in the past, is people. I mean, companies are made by people. It's simple as that. So if you really want to catch up with the different pace that is already out there, somehow you have to change the mentality of the people that is inside. So not technology is going to help you doing that. Perhaps some process will help you, but it's really the mentality of the people. You have to be more innovative. You have to, instead of focus so much on the process, you have to focus so much on the value. And the reason for that is that in the 80s and in the 90s, the typical traditional business model was the linear value chain, in which you extract some components from the nature, you have some inbound logistics, marketing, sales, so all this kind of stuff. And the only thing that you can do in order to make additional money is just to make the whole process more efficiency. So your markup is going to be higher. Right now, this is not how we manage. I mean, the connection that we have around the world, the entities that our customers all around the world. So you cannot control that. So somehow you have to change your way you deliver your value to the customer in order to adapt the products and services that you have. And for me, the most critical success factor is people, period. People.
No, I mean, I couldn't agree more. And, the one thing that we definitely notice when running any EXO services, whether it's workshops, it's sprints, even just awake sessions, it really is that moment of people that is the difference. Because people run businesses.
Yes.
It, then they're going to stick with what they know, right?
Yeah, that's true. So you have to change the mentality. And you're right. I mean, the reason why we have done these for the last year, and it's right. So let's build on that foundation in order to adapt our company, because the problem is that you don't have to get rid of all the people. and replace it with new people or upscaling these people. This is not right, because the business has been working for the last 30, 20, or 1 century. It doesn't matter. So you have to build on that foundation, but you have to understand that we are not living in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, where everything was quite clear. And there is a clear relationship between cause and effect. Now, it doesn't work that way. So you have to adapt your company, your value proposition, to the context your company is running on.
Absolutely. Now, Miguel, I know you have a lot of interests, but one of them, which I want to get into, is the blockchain. Now, how is that specific technology actually, affecting different business models?
Well, I think it's affecting a lot of the business model. One thing that when we were talking about blockchain like 2 or 3 years ago, when it was on the hype, we can say it was the lack of maturity. So there were a lot of blockchains technology out there. Also, you have to understand that blockchain is not really a technology; it's really a complex set of technology putting all together. And indeed, there are many open source projects out there. But one of the things that really scared me like 2 or 3 years ago is that blockchain people, and one of them is that if the only thing that you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So you cannot apply blockchain to everything that you think is not working with the traditional business model. That's the main point here, is that blockchain is completely different. When we are talking about trying to make more efficient a linear value chain business model, there are a lot of processes, best practice that has been applying for the last like 20 or 30 years. So apply these technologies. But how will blockchain will help? And it's going to be cheaper or it's going to be faster. Well, let's see. You can check it. But one thing that I consider blockchain is really the killer bullet here is that when you're not talking about the linear value chain business model, and when you're talking with different entities, different models, different products, and everything is digital, and somehow you have to regulate the whole market because it's a new market that you are going to create, blockchains it really comes in. This is where I think blockchain is really the Saint Grail, we can say, about what is going to happen. This is really the right technology that we have right now. And if we apply blockchain to the distributed business, I think it makes sense. When we try to apply blockchains to a business model that perhaps is very simple, perhaps it doesn't have any change. Perhaps you only have 2 or 3 customers that the only thing that you have to do is optimize. So, I mean, when we're talking about Michael Porter value chains, there is a lot of research about that, but it came in 1985. So they were a lot of years ago. I mean, I was barely 7 years old at this stage. I don't know how old were you, Kevin, but anyway. So the good thing about blockchain is that it makes you think if the value that you provide to your customer is really the right one in the current context. So if you want to change your business model, so you don't want to be the linear business model anymore, and you want to interact with different entities, and even you want to collaborate, we are not competing anymore, but how we have to collaborate on specific topics. If you want to collaborate and somehow you want to create trust between the different entities, perhaps blockchain is the right technology that you can use behind all that. But anyway, people is first, second technology. So my lesson learned here is that everything that has been successfully so far in the world, when someone wants to apply blockchain, it because the distributed model was already there. It was not a linear business model in which you would try to be more efficient. Is that you have to create a new market, and blockchain really fits in. So that's the main point.
Yeah. So I mean, I know I was also in. If I think back to 2017, seeing so many organizations just saying, okay, blockchain, it's going to fit into this, and so many different applications, which sounds quite amazing, but like you say, it became the nail for the hammer of blockchain. But what do you think? And I know we're not fortune tellers, like you've already said, but what do you see? In the coming years actually happening with regards to the blockchain? Like, what excites you the most as to its actual use and where it can be used in the coming years?
Yeah, one of the things that, two perspectives, one business, one technology. When we are talking about technology, you know that I also mentioned there were a lot of different platforms with different capabilities. So one thing that I expect at the end is going to be, when a market is mature, you usually have like 2 or 3 solutions, maybe 10, okay? But you have like leaders in the market. So when you have like different Bitcoin, different blockchain platform. And they're like, last time I checked, I think there were like 5,000. So there was a lot of work working on blockchains. The good point about that is that they're working in several specific features that later, even if they are not successful, they can be migrated to another platform. So somehow what I expect in the next 3 years is a consolidation of the different technology platforms out there with higher capabilities. One of the things that, for instance, I am expecting to blockchains to have is that blockchain is not really customizable. I don't know. It's not customized. You cannot trigger the different protocol, the different timeouts, all this kind of stuff. So I expect in the next 2 or 3 years there will be out there an ability in several blockchain platform in which you are able to trigger somehow the different protocols, so you can adapt this kind of blockchain platform to your business model. That's from blockchain technology perspective. From business model, I don't really expect big companies, unless they are financial companies, really making a bet on blockchains, because basically most of the business model that they are having are based on scarcity instead of abundance. So blockchain is very good managing abundance because you have many entities and you have many digital assets in which you have to change. So that's very good technology. But when you are thinking of the scarcity, and really it doesn't fit a lot. So unless they create another business model based on abundance, like energy, instead of having a lot of power nuclear plants or solar panels. So try to tap into the abundance. So instead of having this scarcity business model in which you try to acquire as much as possible as this component, and then you try to deliver this component to the customer, and people will be willing to take it from you because you are perhaps one of the few people who are able to manufacture these products. Blockchain is the other way around, is that abundance is around, there are components around, many people are able to provide the digital assets, but somehow you need trust for the different entities because you don't know all the entities in the world that can provide these products or services. So blockchain really fits there very well.
Okay, no, awesome. Miguel, anything that you would like to share as we end off the conversation today with those people who are watching now and watching in the repeat?
Yeah, well, last but not least, I think it has been a very interesting initiative. There were more people coming in. Also, all this is currently being recorded, so you can take a look later at all these wonderful chats. And the thing is that take a look at an OpenExO. They did have very great people out there all around the world with different mentality, this is the good because sometimes one of the things that I really like about this organization is that there's a new idea coming in Malaysia, and the people in South Africa is implementing it. It's somehow, there's a lot of connection out there. Sometimes it's chaotic, but we usually the innovation people are comfortable with this kind of things. So I would say, yes, join the community. Don't worry about the certifications. Just feel yourself how you really interact with the rest of the people. Perhaps there are people that you really get along, others don't get along, but there are a lot of interesting ideas coming out from the community. So please join. That's the thing I would love to say. Yeah.
Well, Miguel, it's great chatting to you. We'll chat to you again soon. See you in the community, and have a great evening there in Spain.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for having me, and thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Miguel. Great to have another of our OpenExO ambassadors here on OpenExO Live. Please remember that on Tuesdays, Lance is speaking with our partners. And this week, he has Suman Sasmal from India on his show at 7. I think it's in the afternoon on Tuesday, European time. Thanks very much. I'm going to end off this call just with a video about the EXO World Digital Replay. If you are looking for information about exponential technologies, about exponential, about our future, you can go ahead and watch some of the videos from EXO World and the EXO World events that have taken place this year. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.